Hello, I'm former State Representative Jeff Kropf, and this is another in a series of videos having to do with the challenges and concerns of voter integrity in Oregon's very unique, one-of-a-kind in the nation, vote-by-mail system. And joining me again is Ruth Bendl.
Thank you.
She's the voter integrity chair of the Washington County Republican Party. And Ruth, one of the things that has really caused me some concern is the chain of custody when it comes to ballot drop-off sites.
Yes.
I was not pleased to learn that the old ways that we counted ballots or ensured the chain of custody prior to vote by mail, those old methods are no longer being used.
Right.
What's the issue today?
Well, the issue today is that whereas in a polling place a register was filled and people counted what was going and when it was going and signed for it, and the sheriff picked up the ballots at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in election day, and then later on again there was a count done and they were brought by the two polling place workers, both from different party affiliations. So there was signed documentation, time, etc.
But that's not how it's done
That's
today?
not how it's done today.
Really?
We have temporary hires that have been hired through a temp agency that are sent to the ballot drop sites. They can put the ballots that they take out of the drop site in a bag or a sealed case or whatever it is, and they come, and there's no record of when they do it, how many ballots have been picked up, when they actually arrive at the elections office. There's no checks and balances. And actually in 2010, there was a recommendation that people can look up and see whether their ballot's been received. And I was deluged with calls from people that had done that. I mean, when you're advised by the Secretary of State, you can do it. And what happened after the inquiries, that program was cancelled. So we no longer have that. But again, it's the checks and balances and the safeguards of what we used to have and what we don't have now. And as you were saying, why on earth isn't it a sealed container that isn't only opened by election staff when it arrives? At that point, then you can't be worried about who's picking up. It's just not there, and it's not right.
Well, chain of custody is an important issue. If we're going to ensure that all of our votes are actually being counted,
right,
and that they're being counted correctly, this is one of those issues that I think the legislature and perhaps others need to address, certainly the Secretary of State, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And so, my friends, another interesting educational opportunity for you to learn more about this and other concerns about voter integrity in Oregon's vote-by-mail system. And you can learn more by going to a website called OregonAbigailAdams.ning.com. That's OregonAbigailAdams.ning.com.